She left me for the delivery guy, a true story. We had been living together for nearly 2 years. It wasn't perfect, but we had rhythm. I go to work early, she worked freelance from home, and we made time for each other in the evenings. There was always tea on the stove, Netflix running in the background, and our cat, Bobo, basically ruled the apartment. It wasn't fireworks anymore, but it was warm, safe. I truly thought we were building something stable, something long-term. Then, about 4 months ago, she lost her biggest client. It hit her hard. She was stressed, anxious, cried some nights when she thought I was asleep. I offered to help with bills, told her it was temporary. At first, she appreciated it. We had long talks on the couch. I held her while she vented. But slowly, she started pulling away. Less talking, less touching, more scrolling, more silence. She began ordering food constantly. Like every day. Even if I was cooking, she'd say she wasn't in the mood for that and would get noodles or burgers or sushi delivered. I didn't think too much of it at first. People cope in weird ways. But it was always the same app. And over time, I noticed it was always the same delivery guy. Short dude, maybe mid-20s, wore a beanie even in the heat. I joked once, "Is he a new best friend?" She didn't laugh. One Friday, I got off work early. I didn't text her I was coming, just wanted to surprise her. I walked in, door was unlocked, and the first thing I noticed was how quiet it was. No TV, no music, just silence and a weird smell in the air, kind of like cheap cologne mixed with soy sauce. She came out of the bedroom, looking startled. "You're home early," she said. I asked if anyone had been over. She said no. I let it go, but it didn't feel right. Over the next few days, I started noticing little things. Her phone was always face down. She smiled at her screen more than usual. She changed her lock screen password. At night, she'd turn away from me to text under the covers. I told myself not to snoop, not to become that guy. But deep down, something was twisting in my gut, and I already knew the answer I didn't want to ask. Then it happened. Her phone lit up while she was in the shower. A Telegram notification popped up. I wasn't trying to look, I swear, but the preview showed a photo. A selfie. It was him, the delivery guy, smiling, with a dumb little peace sign and the caption, "Can't wait for tonight." My chest went cold. I didn't even move. I just stared at the screen until it faded out. When she came out, I didn't say anything right away. I watched her towel her hair, scroll through her phone, laugh to herself. It hurt more than I expected. Not just the betrayal, but how comfortable she looked doing it. Like she wasn't even nervous. Like I was already out of the picture and just hadn't realized it yet. I asked her if she was happy. She looked at me, confused, like I was speaking a language she'd forgotten. That night, I couldn't sleep. She was next to me, snoring softly, probably dreaming of someone else. I stared at the ceiling for hours, remembered every dinner I cooked, every time I said, "I got this," when she felt like a burden, every little joke we shared that she probably told him now. I thought about how love can quietly die while you're still showing up every day. The next morning, I told her we needed to talk. She didn't resist. She just looked tired, like this conversation had already played out in her head 100 times. I asked her if she was seeing someone else. She didn't lie. She just nodded. No drama, no crying, just a quiet, almost guilty yes. "It just happened," she said. "I didn't plan it, but it made me feel something again." I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I just asked, "Why him?" And she said something I'll never forget. "Because he listens. Because he makes me laugh without trying. Because I feel spontaneous again. With you, it's all comfort. And I needed chaos." I was stunned, like being punished for being too safe, too reliable. "I thought that's what you were supposed to be." She packed a bag. Not everything, just enough. A few clothes, makeup, chargers. She took the cat, too. Said she needed him more than I did. I didn't fight. What would be the point? She kissed me on the cheek before she left. I think that hurt the most. Like she still had some warped sense of tenderness for me, just not enough to stay. A week later, I saw them together. I was walking to the store, and they were across the street, laughing, sharing a bubble tea like they were teenagers. She looked free, lighter, and I hated how happy she looked. Not because I wanted her to suffer, but because it meant I never made her feel that way anymore. I had become the quiet background to her loud new life. I stopped checking her socials, deleted our old photos, got a new bedsheet set, but the silence in the apartment was deafening. Every corner held a memory, every stupid magnet on the fridge. I started working later just to avoid going home. Friends asked if I was okay. I lied. Said I was just busy. How do you explain that you lost someone and also lost the version of yourself who believed in forever? But time did its thing. Slowly, I started cooking again just for me. Started reading before bed instead of scrolling. And one day I laughed, really laughed, at something dumb on YouTube, and I realized I hadn't done that in weeks. I was still angry sometimes, still bitter, but I wasn't broken anymore, just bruised. And bruises fade. I don't hate her, not anymore. She made a choice that hurt me, but maybe it also freed me. I gave her stability. She gave me a reason to rebuild. I hope she finds what she's looking for, truly. As for me, I'm still here, still healing, still waking up some days wondering what went wrong. But I know this. I'd rather be alone in honesty than loved in confusion. And next time, I'll choose someone who doesn't need to escape to feel alive. After she left, what happened next? The first few days after she left were quiet. Too quiet. I would wake up, instinctively check my phone, expecting a good morning text that never came. Even though we lived together, we still used to text during the day. Dumb stuff. Memes. Grocery reminders. Her telling me the dog on the street looked like me. Now nothing. The silence started to echo. I'd come home, and the apartment didn't smell like her shampoo anymore. No kettle boiling. No music playing in the background. It's funny how you don't realize how loud love is until it leaves. I started rewatching old shows just to avoid thinking. But even friends couldn't distract me this time. Every joke felt forced. Every couple on screen reminded me of what I didn't have anymore. I couldn't even look at the couch. That was her crying spot. And sometimes her laughing spot. And that one night we stayed up talking until sunrise, right there. I block her on socials. Not out of anger, just survival. But of course, I still checked her profile from a burner account. She posted a story. Pizza. Him. His hand. I recognized the watch. She was moving on. Or at least trying to make it look that way. It messed with my head. Not the fact she was with someone else, but that it looked easy for her. Like I was just a stop along the way. A side quest in her life story. One night I got drunk and almost texted her. I had it all typed out. Do you ever miss me? But I deleted it. Because what if she said no? Or worse, what if she didn't reply at all? I started talking to a girl at work. Not romantically, just conversations. She noticed I'd been quieter than usual. We had coffee during lunch breaks, talked about everything and nothing. For a moment, I remembered what it felt like to be seen again. But I wasn't ready. Every time I smiled, guilt hit me. Like I was betraying a ghost. A woman who had already moved on. Ironic, right? A friend told me I should start dating again. I downloaded a few apps. Swiped a little. Matched with someone who liked the same books as me. We met for drinks. She was cool. Beautiful smile. But halfway through the date, she asked me what I was looking for. I froze. Because the honest answer was, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out who I am without her. I left early that night. She texted me after, hope everything's okay. I never replied. I wasn't ready to let someone else care about me. Not yet. Then something weird happened. One evening, months later, I got a message from her. The one who left. Just one word, hi. I stared at it for what felt like hours. I didn't reply. Not because I didn't want to, but because I had nothing left to say. A few days later, she sent a voice note. I didn't open it. I deleted it. I didn't want to know if she regretted it, or missed me, or just wanted closure. I had spent months trying to heal. Reopening the wound didn't feel worth it. Instead, I went for a walk. Same street we used to walk together. Same bench where she once kissed my hand out of nowhere. But this time I sat alone. And for the first time, it didn't hurt. What would you have done in my place?